Hello, welcome to the take 3. In this video I'm going to share my summary of traveling in Obie over a 6-week period, driving 9,200 miles and seeing about 8 states and about 8 national parks and all sorts of other assorted things. I'm back in Ann Arbor staging for the next phase. So I thought I'd take a moment and record my thoughts about the journey so far. Overall, the rig worked well for what it was intended for. What I did learn was, as a weekend or week-long setup, it's ideal. Jump in the car, take off, easy to camp, whether it's good weather or bad weather. But over a period of time, certain aspects of the setup kind of became annoying, and I realized for long-term travel, which is my desire ahead, it's not really an ideal setup. So after I go over my top 3 pros and my top 3 cons of the rig, I'll have a major announcement to make. First off, the pros. Number 1, it's nimble. Having the rig like this, where everything is set up inside, and on this type of vehicle that's set up for off-roading, I found I could go anywhere I wanted to go. In fact, I chickened out on certain roads before the Obie did, by far. But it was nice to be able to not only drive highway comfortably, but also when the spirit moved me, I'd go down a dirt road and explore what's there. Something I couldn't really do in my Travato because it was too big. So the ability to have everything contained to sleep in or carry the camp on the top in the roof box and set up a tent, the nimbleness was great. I could go anywhere, park anywhere. That was superb. The second plus was that it's totally self-contained. I have bed, I have electronics, I have an iPad to watch a movie that's hooked to electronics, I've got a 12-volt refrigerator for food, I've got a full kitchen with a stove, I got a nighttime bathroom set up, I got a daytime bathroom set up, had a shower cabana I could pull out, and of course, as mentioned, I have the full tent set up with chairs and tables and such stored in the rooftop box. So when the weather was good, I could set up the tent for days. If it was just a one-nighter or I didn't feel like doing that, I could sleep in the back. So the flexibility of the arrangement for camping was great. And the third aspect is probably that mobility, is that I could take it anywhere I wanted to go. And that's something that was missing previously in my van life. All that said, there were some definite detractions for me. And number 1 was lack of space. I'm 68, and had I been 38, this rig would be far more appropriate, and I'd be willing to put up with the constant in and out and bending of myself to get in and out. I can do that now. I mean, I'm in good shape, I'm fit, I hike a lot. So I could do it, but it was kind of wearing on me. So the cramped space over time would be a problem for me. Additionally, I really couldn't work in it too well. I mean, I could clear my stuff in the passenger seat and sit in there and write when the weather was bad, but I had to get out of the car to do that. So that was kind of annoying. Number 2, wherever I stopped, there was a lot of effort to set up camp. And when it was time to go, there was a lot of effort to break camp and leave. And that is annoying after a while. That's the beautiful thing about van life. If you're in a van, you kind of pull up and you're kind of already set up. You may put out a few things, but not much. It's pretty much self-contained and running. So that was an actual negative. Number 2, I didn't really have room for anything else. I filled this to the max. In fact, I overfilled it. Had I continued at it, had some ideas to redesign it, make it more efficient. But I carried so much stuff I couldn't pick up cool stuff I found along the way. So the lack of space I felt was kind of limiting. And then lastly, probably the biggest thing is I really miss being able to stand up, be able to sit, to be able to have more of a full-size bed. Those creature comforts kind of gnawed on me for a while and made me realize this isn't my long-term vehicle. But the build out itself worked really well, did what it was supposed to do. I could have tweaked it and made it a little better. I could have lowered the bed deck to give a little more room. I could have remodeled the cabinet that's near the upper part of the bed to have more elbow room. I could have improved it, but I chose not to. So, the announcement is this is basically the end of Wandering Obie. I have made a decision to jump back into a van, and I have purchased a Winnebago Solus Pocket. It's a Class B van, but it's small, under 18 feet long, and you can see by the pictures what it's capable of giving me in terms of comfort for traveling in the future. I picked that up at the end of September from Litzen RV in Iowa, and I'm trading in Obie on the van so that I can drive Obie from Michigan to Iowa and haul all the gear I'm going to take, so that when I sign the papers for the new Solus Pocket, it'll be loaded, I can head on west. And with that comes the second announcement, is that I'm selling the interior build of Obie, if anyone is interested. It's suitable for a 20 or 21 Outback. It probably fits earlier models, but I can't vouch for that. But details are below on where to find out more about that if you're interested. I'm also selling off a lot of the custom accessories I got for this experiment. Everything from the bug screens that fit all around Obie, including the hatch, to the WeatherTech window insulated covers to where you can black out everything, and all sorts of other stuff. So check the links down below for information if you're interested in any of that. And that's the big announcement, is that I'm upgrading and going back to van life 2.0. So what about this channel? Well, I can't exactly keep supporting Wandering Obie. Plus, I've got to the point where creating a YouTube video and editing, it was a lot of work and a lot of time, and it took away from my writing time. So this 6-week trip, I shot a lot of video but did not get much writing done, because I was spending all my time looking for opportunities to shoot video. I may continue to post out the rest of the videos, I may not, but I will for sure post those things on the blog, which is where I will write about my future travels as well. Will I create a YouTube channel for the Solus Pocket? Don't know yet. I'm a little burned out on the YouTube process, so I'm going to take a break from it for a while after this video. But I'm going to leave Wandering Obie channel open, because for those who have Outbacks and want to create something like this, it has a lot of good information on how you can go about doing that, or at least one way. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And again, if you're interested in the conversion build, contact me quickly, because I'm only going to keep this in the vehicle for about a week, and you'd have to pick it up in Ann Arbor. This is not shippable, and after that I'll just remove it and store it, and then fool with selling it later if no one wants it now. But the other stuff, most of the other stuff will be shippable. Oh, I also mentioned that I'm selling the rooftop box, I'm selling the rooftop basket. There's just a bunch of other stuff that won't go forward into the van. So anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you down the road.